This is how to control your inner narration. Your inner voice narrates everything that happens, guiding you and your decisions. This video will be to help those who want to influence a more positive way of thinking and viewing themselves, their lifestyle, and the world around them. Change is not always easy, but change can happen. Right here, I've got a simple tips and affirmations and understanding what an affirmation is and how this can help you with your past traumas and past experiences into becoming and growing into a better person. But in order to change, you have to start with the first step, right? What would be the first step? Exploration, right? You've got to explore. You've got to understand yourself. You got to understand your past experiences. And not a lot of people want to do that. So, what is your inner voice? Well, essentially your inner voice, your inner dialogue is everything, your core beliefs that were learned by birth. So everything that you know since birth, you know, your family foundation, the structure that you grew up under, that is essentially, you know, your inner voice, you know, your environment and how you reacted to that mixed with the culture that you were brought up in, right? So what are affirmations, right? We understand what the inner voice is. Now, before I get to the affirmations part, a lot of people struggle with negative narration, which means negative self-talk, right? They talk a lot of shit about themselves. They don't view themselves in a certain light, right? Or they view themselves on their external factors, you know what I'm saying? Or whether they got a girlfriend or they drive nice cars or have nice clothes. But I'm gonna break this down. I'm gonna explain this, but y'all gotta focus, right? It's all gonna make sense. Just follow along. So look, affirmations. It's a choice pattern, right? Not a thought, not just one single thought. I want to make that very specific. So if y'all got you know what I'm saying, pen and paper, I want y'all to write this down. A choice pattern, not thought, right? Not just one thought, right? But it's a pattern of thoughts, right? You want to do this as consistently and persistent as possible, right? For it to really take effect, right? But we're gonna get into that. So, of positive thoughts, right? So, a repetition of affirmations with conviction. So, when you guys are saying these affirmations, conviction means you stand on business, bro. Like you're putting emotion into it. You feel me? This is everything as a human vessel in this world, you know what I'm saying? As we experience, we have five senses, put on all five of our senses towards that, right? That's how you really connect on a deep level to really assert your affirmations. You feel me? Now, there are some obstacles that you might face, that a lot of y'all might face, such as maybe lying to yourselves and you don't believe the affirmations that you are telling yourselves, because it's easier to believe old, you know what I'm saying, your old, just what you grew up on, your old beliefs. You feel me? It's kind of hard to undo all of that, your core beliefs. It takes a lot, right? And if you go through bad negative experiences, oh yeah, that could tarnish your affirmations and what you're trying to do, you know what I'm saying? Now check this out. Like I was saying, obstacles to affirmations. Your subconscious finds it easier to hold on to old beliefs. So instead of critical thinking as a human being, instead of using your brain that you have up here, right? A lot of people, they don't question anything that they do in life. They don't question any of their beliefs. Why? Because they grew up on it. That was their core, that was their foundation. So they believe that it's solid enough, right? Now, can some of these beliefs corrupt you? It can, right? But if you never take the time to critical think, you see where it would be kind of easier just to hold on to your old beliefs, what you hold and know dear to, But you're not able to grow that way. You're not able to come from an expansive, open perspective. You see what I'm saying? And there's levels and there's filters to the mind, and that's a whole nother video in itself that I could do, because I want to do it, you know, allegory of the cave, things of that nature. When you look at that picture, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot that is just in that picture, just a simple looking off imagery. But back to this, right? So when you guys do that repetition of affirmations with conviction, right, you might have that negative narration popping up, right? That negative self-talk, because although you might love yourself, right, you don't love yourself entirely, if that makes sense. You love certain areas about yourself, maybe you might like certain attributes about yourself, but entirely, not so much. And that's where you go wrong, right? You don't have that self-acceptance, right? And self-acceptance is not giving up, right? It's not just like quitting on, giving up on, you know what I'm saying, trying to improve and grow, bro. That's not what that is. Self-acceptance is understanding, okay, yo, I see what's going on. I see, okay, why have I never challenged my core beliefs? Okay, well, or why have I never challenged my past experiences? Why am I letting this trauma experience or my past experience that negative affect me? Why am I letting this affect me now in the present moment? You get what I'm saying? This all ties into your negative narrations, your negative inner voice, right? And the affirmations is what is used to combat that negative inner voice. You see where I'm going with this? Hold on now, let me cook. So look, repetition of affirmations with conviction. Y'all have a negative narrations. Y'all don't believe what it is you're saying truly from within your mind, right? You're like, let's say for an example, right? Let's say you know, every time you was at school when you was younger, right? You had really bad experiences when it came to you being in the classroom. You always got bullied a lot or looked at a certain way, right? And so it made you feel uncomfortable or awkward in large public spaces, right? You feel like people are always looking at you, judging you, right? And that had always made you uncomfortable, you know, since you were knee high, right? Now fast forward to when you're a little bit older, right? What would be that negative self-talk or that negative narration? Let's say you in school, in college, or maybe you're not in school, but let's just use the reference of you in college, right? Or you at some social gathering and there's a lot of people there. Naturally, your negative narration is gonna think of X, Y, and Z up to why the fuck you should not go there, right? Like it's gonna just think like, okay, well, all my past experiences that I've had, you know what I'm saying, with social interaction, so that's just not for me, that's just not me. Instead of saying, affirming and saying, hey, you know, that was the experience, but it could be fun and interesting meeting new people, being in social groups, social gatherings. I don't have to cause myself anxiety, but your negative narration can often cause yourself anxiety or depression, depending on how bad or how out of control it is. And this is what this is all about, controlling that negative narration and using these affirmations to solidify your life. Now, when it comes to your affirmations, sometimes you don't know where to start, right? You be like, oh, well, Ron, I don't really know where to start, bro. Or you say affirmations, but they start to sound repetitive, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or you do it for really like a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 7-10 days, maybe 3 days, you know, depending. And you don't see results, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not using that emotion, right? You're not using that emotion towards what it is that you are trying to affirm within your life, right? So even though you might have been believing what you were saying, even though you might have truly been believing those affirmations for those 7 to 10 days, and then you have fallen off, you probably one or two things would have most likely occurred. A, your negative narration got in the way. Within that 7 to 10 days, you were believing it, right? But after that 10 days, you feel like you weren't getting results, right? You're like, oh man, I'm not getting results. I'm saying this stuff, but nothing's happening, right? Because a lot of times y'all want things quick. Y'all want things as quick as possible because you think just because you work really hard towards something that, or you do it every single day, that you should get results every single day. And sometimes life doesn't work like that. You know, life is not fair. And a lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying, don't like that. But y'all don't do no work or try to do anything on your end to, you know what I'm saying, make sure your mental straight. So check it. It was either the negative narration or you were just making it too long. You was holding yourself to too much, right? You know what I'm saying? Keep your affirmations short, but keep them unique. You know what I'm saying? Rotate them, right? But you want to have a cycle. You want to have a cycle of affirmations that you like, in terms of topics of affirmations that you want to have a revolve around, right? You should have a cycle that you talk about, you know what I'm saying? So you could, you know what I'm saying, get in the habit of changing. Like if it's multiple things you don't necessarily agree with or you see as a weakness within yourself, then you can start changing that negative narrations from within with, you know, a little bit shorter, a little bit more sweet topics that are unique, but you know what I'm saying, you'll be able to be more consistent with it because it's topics, you know what I'm saying, that you really feel like, okay, it's my weakness, but you want to come from a perspective of improving. That's what we're going at, right? So keeping affirmations short, right? Now down here I've got the obstacles to affirmations. I'm going to read it out because I don't know if y'all can see this. So what would be an obstacle for keeping your affirmations short? Simple. Right here I got basing self-worth on one aspect. Basing self-worth on one aspect. So what does that mean? All right. So a lot of people, right, they're gifted. A lot of y'all got potential. And that's what's so crazy. That's what I'm here for, right? Because I know a lot of y'all got potential. Y'all just don't got the guidance. Y'all just don't know where to start, right? But thankfully, you know, you've got someone who's taking the time out their day, you know what I'm saying, to be able to spread my wisdom to help you guys out, right? And it's always to get wisdom. It's always good to get wisdom where you can, bro. Always forever remain a student of life. I'm forever a student of life, right? I'm just trying to help people out just because I help myself out. You get what I'm saying? So I view myself as I view my neighbors. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm here for, right? But back to what I'm saying, basing your self-worth on one aspect. A lot of people struggle with having a lot of talent but not believing in themselves, right? Or they'll have a lot of talent but then look, or have one talent, like let's say they're like really artistic, right? Or they might have really good genetics, right? Or they might be super athletic, or you know what I'm saying, just naturally good at hooping or just football, just whatever it is, right? But that one aspect, right, that's not good enough, right? They don't see that as something that they can pivot off of. They just see it as, damn, I got all these other weaknesses. Damn, I got all these other problems that they missed was truly right in front of them. What they can improve even more on, you know what I'm saying? And then get around to the weaknesses, bruh, to make those strengths, right? So that you're forever growing. You get what I'm saying? Now, P gang. Not only will people look at themselves and say, hey, this one good characteristic about myself is not enough for me to really accept myself, for me to love myself. It's not enough for the voices in my head to stop. It's not. That's what they're saying. They feel like, oh, you know, yeah, that's cool, I got that, but I got so much other things I've got to worry about, right? So not only does that get in their way, they also let external factors get in their way. And that was going back to what I said earlier, right? You base your life off of, or how you view yourself off of what you've got in your pocket, right? The money. Or if you're driving a nice car, got the nice clothes, the nice women, right? Or the nice boat, right? The nice house. That's what you see as, oh, hey, I love myself. I can accept myself. I'm living the true life, the true dream if I have all these external factors. And that's bullshit. Straight cap. And you know that. You know that. But y'all do let external factors dictate and let them external factors control how you view yourself. And that's crazy to me, bro. That's crazy to me, bro. Now check it, bro. Peak game. Now, if you want to combat measuring your worth on external factors, bro, it's simple. Look. So how do you combat those two? How do you combat, basing self-worth on one aspect, or, basing your self-worth on external factors? How would you combat that? Well, it's simple. In terms of your affirmations, well, you would want to use past positive experiences that you've had. So let's say, you're struggling with lying to yourself. You're struggling with, like, in terms of your affirmations, you don't believe your affirmations. You don't believe what you're truly affirming to yourself every day, even though you're consistently saying it, or you do it, but you fall out because you're not seeing the results you want. So how do you combat that? Well, it's simple. Think back to positive past experiences that you have, bro, right? And it's gonna outweigh those negative assertions, right, that might pop up in your head, right? So what do I mean by positive past experiences? Well, simple. Let's say back to when you remember you was at school, right? A lot of people, you didn't like that. They used to look at you, used to bully you, used to make fun of you, right? So you've always felt anxious. You've always felt weird about being at social gatherings, right? But you also remember, on the plus side of things, that when you had your core friend group, your 4 or 5 friends, lunchtime was fun, recess was fun, y'all always had a good time, but it had to be a little bit smaller, right? So that's a positive past experience that you have. So it's like you hate going to social gatherings, right? You associate, overgeneralize, and you associate, oh damn, I don't fuck with going to social gatherings altogether. Instead of just saying, okay, I understand that was one, you understand that was what I experienced and that was a negative experience, and I don't necessarily agree with that, but hey, you know what, I accept that, right? And I'm going to improve on how I feel overall about that past negative experience, and overall I want to become neutral. I don't want to care about it anymore, bro. This is how you continue to grow, and this is how you ultimately nourish, your mindset into becoming more positive and influent with this way of thinking. So that's 5 points right there that y'all got right there for how to stay on top of affirmation. Now I hope you've got written down the other side, the obstacles to affirmations, right? These are your pros and cons. Now those you can weigh them, right? And so you can study this, and when you apply this to yourself, well, you'll know what's coming, right? You'll know what to expect for someone who's new. And if you're not new, and if you didn't know this, well then, peep game. I just put you on, and that's good. We're here to put each other on. If you already knew it, that's already good. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. Simple. Now look, last but not least, now we went over all the points, right? So to connect the very last point with the point I just made, right? Equating acceptance with quitting. Now I want to end the video off with this. All right. With whatever, man, put the affirmations down for a minute. With whatever you do, if you expect results out of anything, you cannot quit. You cannot quit. You cannot give up, right? Right. Acceptance, you having self-acceptance with your strengths and weaknesses, right? You affirming to yourself, right? You reprogramming your subconscious so that you can be in control of your conscious and subconscious, right? That's what you got to do. You got to be consistent with that. I hear people all the time, bro, all the time. Oh man, well, how did you get over those past experiences? I'm still struggling with these, certain past traumas. Now, not to say all traumas is easy to get over. I understand it, but when it comes to, for instance, like I told y'all with social gatherings and giving themselves anxiety, negative self-talk, saying that maybe they're not interesting, maybe they're not lovable, right? Oh, I can't get women, right? or I don't understand women, or maybe I must not be attractive, or I'm too short, too fat, whatever it is negative self-talk, bro. And they let that get in the way of them becoming and shedding that layer of negative, nasty skin off, and becoming and stepping into their true divine nature. See, that's where I'm on. That's what I'm on. I want to become more pure and pure and pure, bro. More. I just want to make everything more and more sacred, bro. And the only way I can do that is through me staying true to myself and me being as authentic as possible with my affirmations. Yeah, I got weaknesses. Yeah, I got stuff that I still struggle with. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got this shit written up here. You feel me? So not only is this video to help you guys out, this video is to help me out too, to remind me, you know what I'm saying, what I need to be doing, you know what I'm saying? It works both ways, you know what I'm saying? This goes both ways. I'm not talking to the viewers, I'm talking to you specifically. I'm here to help you out. I'm for real, I'm here. Now back to the last point. Equating acceptance with quitting. You don't want to do that, right? Whatever you do with these affirmations, I'd rather you not start at all, to be honest. If it means I'd rather you not start it at all. I'd rather you just continue, you know what I'm saying, doing it is what you do, you know what I'm saying, believing it is what you believe, then starting this and then stopping it and just saying, oh, comment, oh, I'm getting the results, oh, why not still struggle with past experience, why not still struggle with anxiety, why not still struggle with depression, why not still doing, oh, well, you see what I'm saying? So don't do that to yourselves. And that's the video for today. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed. You know what I'm saying? I will be having more videos like this one on the channel, so make sure y'all stay tuned. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe. I'm gone. Peace.